Hi and welcome back to another Amazon selling video. My name is Nikki Kirk and today I'm going to talk about what everyone wants to talk about except me, IP complaints. Today I'm going to go over what they are, why I don't worry about them, how you can identify a brand that might possibly send an IP complaint, tools that you can use, and then what you can do if you ever get one. So an IP complaint is an intellectual property complaint from a brand who is telling you, hey, you are not able to use our trademark and sell our item. So they're doing this to protect themselves from counterfeits, which also might be, you might get an IP complaint or a counterfeit from Amazon. This covers both of those. So it's really the brand protecting themselves. And the thing is that you're not actually, okay, first, I'm not an expert. I'm not a legal expert. I'm not a business expert. None of that. I'm just telling you what I know and what I do. So please don't just do something because I do it. You are running your own Amazon business, so you have to make your own business decisions. I'm just trying to help you by explaining my experience in it, which is all to say that I am not an expert. So it's my understanding that you're not doing anything wrong by selling the brand's item. However, because we sell on Amazon, and we're trying to keep our accounts from getting deactivated on Amazon, we have to deal and comply with the IP complaints. So while if you buy that product and you sell it on Amazon, you're not doing anything wrong, and I'm pretty sure there's even a Supreme Court case which says you're not doing anything wrong. You can buy and sell stuff no matter where you bought it, you can sell it. The problem is that we sell on a third-party platform, which is Amazon. So that was a lot of stuff, all to say that legally, it's my understanding we're not doing anything wrong, but because we sell on Amazon, we have to comply with them. So that's why the brands are sending them. They're saying, I don't want you to sell our stuff because you might be doing counterfeit. It's really kind of like the ones I've gotten are cell phone cases, beauty products, all that kind of stuff where obviously they are really protective of their brand. So that's what an IP complaint is. I'll show you later on in the video what it looks like when it comes from Amazon. Why I don't worry about them personally is because I've gotten 4 in 4 years, and I don't have the time or energy to worry about stuff that happens so rarely. I have not got one in over a year. I got 2 or 3 like in the first year, so I dealt with them a lot then. I even got shut down because I didn't know what I was doing, so now I'm explaining to you how not to get shut down in this video. But that's why I don't worry about them myself. There's things you can do to protect yourself, which I'll go over in a second, but I don't worry about them because when they come up, I deal with them and I handle them, and it's not been an issue. It's annoying, sure. A lot of things dealing with Amazon can be annoying, but it's not something I'm going to actively hinder my everyday business with. But I understand there's a lot of videos and people talk about them or people have gotten them, and I think honestly new sellers get hit with them more often than experienced sellers. I don't know why that is, but it does seem to happen. That's a theme I've seen in my groups, is that newer sellers often get them. But fear not, they are not very hard to get off your account. So here's a screenshot of my email of what it comes from. If it's coming directly from Amazon, that is one you want to be concerned about. If it's coming from a brand, again, I'm not a business expert or any kind of legal expert, but when it comes from a brand through a message as a customer message on my Amazon account, I don't even respond to them personally because, like I said, 1, we don't owe it to them to tell them where we got it from, and 2, it's not coming from Amazon, so it could be anyone. It could be another seller wanting you to get off the listing. It could be anything, and so since it's not coming from Amazon, and Amazon is who I'm working for, right? It's my accounts with Amazon, not with this random brand. I don't respond personally to the brands. However, it is your call whether you want to keep selling it, because the message could be your warning that they're going to go through Amazon and have Amazon contact you. You just never know. So what I typically do is I'll price to move the item, just get rid of whatever stock I have and then move on. I had one from Cook with Color and I didn't have any product left, so I just deleted the product and moved on. I don't sell them anymore, but those are just things to note. If it's coming from the brand, it's your call what you want to do with it. If it's coming from Amazon, you have to deal with it. Now, when you're out scanning, there are things that you can look for to identify if this brand is potentially going to issue you an IP complaint. Again, these are if you're worried about it. I do follow these because it takes a second. If you scan something and it's only the brand on this listing, there's no other sellers and it's only the brand, even if it's the brand twice, like one FBM and one FBA listing, you can take that as your warning that that is probably an IP complaint. I would not even bother with that. Typically those tend to be brands that are protective of their brand like that tend to be electronic brands like GoPro, high-end brands like North Face, as well as grocery and beauty. So like niche grocery, like supplements, like, you know, they're a little company and they're very specific in what they're selling. Like the Robert Irvine bars, you know, like Restaurant Impossible, that guy. I was selling some of his bars from Walmart and I got a brand warning. I was not an IP from Amazon. However, I just took the listing down and returned them to Walmart rather than deal with it. Beauty products, so like Lucetta, you've probably heard me talk about them, and I try to do it in any video that I see them, which is all the time because they're everywhere. That's the last one I got from Amazon directly, and that was in 2020. I think it was early 2020. They hit everyone who lists with an IP complaint. So if you've bought them, just go ahead and return it. Don't even send it in. Literally, it's so bad that I'm like, I think they know when we're buying it from Ross or TJ Maxx. That's how good they are, that they will get you. So that's one of them that I know about. But again, it's beauty products, it's niche grocery products, it's niche premium brands. So the first thing you want to look for is if it's only the brand. If there's more than 1 or 2 sellers, it's kind of okay. Obviously, if there's like 30 or 40 sellers, 10 sellers, you're more likely to be fine. If there is only 1 or 2 sellers, you can look at their review count. So if it's just launched or if it's like 200 reviews or less, it's probably a retail arbitrage seller, meaning that it is fine. However, if they have thousands of reviews, they are a big seller. They've been doing this a while. They sell so much stuff that they have that many reviews, because if you didn't know, it's not a lot of reviews you get. I think I've been selling 4 years and I have less than 200 reviews. So the more reviews they have, that's more likely that they possibly have a deal directly with the brand, and that brand or that seller could possibly be protective of it. So if it's just 1 or 2 sellers and it's not the brand on it, look at their stock. Like, is it a lot of reviews? That means they're a big seller, and you might want to think about that again. If you want to dig deeper or you really want to buy that product and it's just the brand on it, go ahead and look that brand up on Keepa. Look for other ASINs or variations of it and see historically, has there been lots of offers, or is every listing that they have just the brand on it? If it's just the brand, that is almost a guarantee that is not going to be safe for you to sell it. If other listings have a lot of other sellers on it, but that one you just scanned happened to have only the brand, well then that's kind of like okay, because other listings by that brand have other sellers on it. So these are all just things you can use if you want to dive in deeper and you really want to buy that product. Here are some brands that are known to me, either I got it or I've seen them in the group, that they come from Amazon IP complaints. So we've got Lucetta, Argon Magic, which you'll find at TJ Maxx. That was one I got pretty early on. Cook with Color, which is kitchen gadgets and kitchen pots and pans. Lily's Baking Chocolate, which you'll probably see on the holiday shippers at Walmart. Discovery Toys, those have lots of members of the Bolo group have gotten IP complaints from them. Vital Performance, they have Vital Protein and Vital Performance. I have sold them, no problem. However, other people in the groups have gotten IP complaints, so it's really up to you, but that is a known one to me. Supergoop is another one that I got from the brand. Like I mentioned, North Face and GoPro all issue IP complaints. Mixed Chicks and Josie Marin, which you can find at TJ Maxx, those are both IP complaints, as well as FAO Schwartz Toys. I think it might fall under Discovery, or whoever makes them is the same maker. Anyways, those are all known to me brands. But if you want extra tools to help you and make your deciding easier, there are 2 tools out there that I know of that can help. So IP Alert is one you might have heard me talk about before. They have given me a code where you can get $30 off of your license, and the link is below for that if you want to grab it. But IP Alert is handy because it'll tell you right on the Amazon screen. It'll pop up and say IP Alert, like known IP Alert. Other sellers all feed into this system to tell us if there is IP alerts with these products. However, it's not a flawless tool, right? It's just a tool. All of these tools are to help you in your business, but again, you have to ultimately decide what you want to buy and sell and what you want to do running your own business. So I'm going to walk you through how IP Alert works on the laptop as well as the phone. So first up, I'm going to pull up a Starbucks listing because I know that it'll pop up for this. So as you can see, when you have the IP Alert Chrome extension, it's now going to pop up for me IP Alert. This is a known brand to file IP complaints. However, I have sold Starbucks for years with no problems. This happens for a couple of toy brands also that I sold with no problems. So for me, this is like a good to know. I'm not going to stop selling them because I know I can sell them without any problems. Again, I deal with everything as it happens. I'm not going to worry about it because I know I've sold them. So what I've heard is that Starbucks is actually IP for like the cups and tumblers and those kind of stuff. However, I've also sold those no problem. So I don't really know. I don't sell them on the scale that I sell the coffee, so that might be it. But that's just one thing to note. It's not a flawless system. So that's the Starbucks one, right? So you get this little IP pop-up telling me there's an alert. You can also add it on your mobile. It's not necessarily an app. You just, when you download the license onto your laptop, it has a little QR code where you can now save it to your phone, and you put in your license, and now you have it on your phone. And it looks like this. So it's telling me Starbucks is known to file complaints. You can look it up by ASIN or look it up by brand. Now I'm going to look up a Happy Planner because now let's say you're out scanning at Walmart and you're scanning in the office supplies because office supplies are not restricted. And so you scan this Happy Planner and you're like, awesome, it makes money, it makes profit, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to send it. You wouldn't know that Happy Planner sends IP complaints, right? Because you've not done it before. This is where IP Alert can really come in handy. So let's say I scanned this at Walmart and we're gonna, okay, now I see this and now I decide before I even send my stuff to Amazon, do I want to still move forward with this or should I return it to the store? I'm going to tell you, if you bought Happy Planner, you should probably just return it to the store because members of the group are getting complaints. Some aren't, so it's still that kind of thing. But now that you know about it, you have a better decision to make. I don't sell it personally. I don't even scan it anymore because I just don't want to worry about that, and that's how I deal with it. So you might even be thinking, after if you did your checks in store, you know there's 7 FBA offers. None of them seem to be the brand. They're all pretty new because you can see right here, 1 rating, 17 ratings, just launched, 1 rating, 203. So they're a little bit more of a professional seller, but still not. They could be like me and they've been selling for years doing retail arbitrage. So these are all just different things you want to look at to know if there's possibly an IP complaint. However, even still, if you check that out at the store, you would say, oh, there's 7 offers, that's more than enough, it's probably fine, and then you get it home and you see there's an IP alert. Again, all just tools to help you in your business making your decisions. So then the other thing that I use in store now is BuyBot Pro. Again, it's another app that you can use to scan. I don't use it all the time because it's pretty slow in store to process everything, but it also has IP alert on it, so it'll tell you if it's red, green, or yellow. And a lot of them actually come up yellow. And for me, I'm like, okay, well, that's a proceed with caution. So you have to decide if you want to list it or not. Happy Planner on BuyBot Pro comes up yellow. So below in the description, I have linked both IP Alert and BuyBot Pro if those are tools you want to add to your arsenal. Again, IP Alert, they gave me a promo code, which is below. I don't have one for BuyBot Pro, but if you want to try it out, I just linked it for you. Now, if you get one straight from Amazon, you want to deal with it very quickly and you want to send a plan of action. If you're in any of my groups, I have the plan of action, also called a POA template, in the announcement section of the groups. It's the one I use and the one that many sellers in the groups have used to have it come off their accounts. So how I got my account shut down the first year was I got this IP complaint, or counterfeit, I think it was counterfeit, I can't remember. And I just took the listing down. I deleted the listing and moved on. But I didn't know you had to respond to Amazon. So when I got another one, my account was shut down. And then it was a super stressful weekend of dealing with Amazon to get it back. And this was 3 years ago. This was when it was easier to communicate with Amazon. They've made it much harder now to communicate. So if your account's shut down, it's almost to the point now where you have to hire someone to help you get it back, which is unfortunate, but that you can get it back. There's members of the community who have gotten it back. So you just want to make sure that you are dealing with them as soon as possible. Amazon tells you what they want to hear, and it's all addressed in the plan of action. So usually they'll send you an email with the email that you need to send to the brand, and all I send to the brand is, hey, I'm so sorry, I didn't see that I couldn't sell it. I understand you're protecting your brand. I'm a small business. I won't sell it anymore. I totally understand. They weren't counterfeit. Here's the receipts. But can you please retract that complaint? I've never had a brand retract the complaint. I've never had a brand respond to me. However, some people have. But I send to Amazon, I say, hey, I emailed them, here's the proof of receipts and all that stuff. I just send Marshall's receipts, whatever receipt you have, you go ahead and send it. But you want to make sure you are addressing to Amazon. Keep going back and forth with Amazon until you get it resolved. And resolved right now looks like an email that says, thank you so much. It'll come off your account in 180 days. And that is what you want to hear. After that, you are done with that. It's off of your account and you can go ahead and proceed. You don't have to worry about anything. That's my understanding anymore. That's what I got when I did mine, and that's what other sellers are getting. So that is your, like, everything's good, move on, you are done with that complaint. Again, if you get one from Amazon specifically, you have to deal with it. Alright, so that is it. That is the IP, and I honestly, if you ask me about it again or you talk about it in the group, I'll have all the same information to give you. I don't worry about it personally. Again, I worry about everything as it comes up because I don't have the time or energy to worry about stuff that isn't happening. So that's just my attitude towards it. If you're worried about it, you can grab the tools. If you want the tools, you can make those extra decisions. Is it only the brand selling it? And if you get an IP complaint from Amazon, do make sure you respond as soon as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you back here for another Amazon selling video.